We have new surveillance footage you will only see on Channel 8, capturing the intense speed Henry Ruggs was driving just moments before that deadly crash.
Okay, guys, that's one of the biggest things for me when I watch the coverage, the mainstream coverage of it, because there's a lot of different coverages going on. You have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have YouTube, you have the sports news, and then you just have the regular news. So when I watch sports news, everyone's talking about how he got behind of a wheel of a car drunk, and that was his mistake. Nah, my G, I've been behind the wheel of a car drunk. And I've been with people behind the wheel of a car drunk. We've all been where he is, where he was that night, out on the town, drunk, drinking, and got in the car and still went home. But personally, what I've seen in my life, I haven't seen someone going 156 miles in a residential. Okay? I haven't seen that. I've seen dudes driving like Miss Daisy. Now, swerving and, switching lanes without putting their signal and maybe falling asleep at a red light. Different things like that. But 156? That's something that he does. You don't accidentally go 156 because you're drunk. And they need to stop doing that. All these football players on TV talking about, he shouldn't have got behind the wheel of a drunk car. You got Uber, Lyft, and the NFL has a, line you can call. Nah, that ain't. Him being drunk ain't the reason he rear-ended this girl and sent her car flying the length of a football field and a half. Basically 2 football fields, a little shorter than her car from a stop position at a red light flew 2 football fields down the road after he hit it and exploded. You have to think about that, man. He hit that girl so hard, she was sitting at a red light. Think about that, too. There's a lot of things they're not talking about, man. If she's stationary at a red light and he's going 156 miles per hour and he didn't see her, he was going to run that red light. And if he had gained enough speed, which 156 miles per hour in a residential area, he had been running a series of red lights. Okay? Unless he just caught all green lights. He caught like 5 or 6 green lights in a row. Because at 3:40 in the morning, there's not many people on the road. So unless he caught 5 or 6 green lights in a row and timed it perfectly, other than that, he ran some red lights. And he was going to run that one until at the last second he saw her and pressed the brake, which slowed the car down from 156 to 127. That's what caused the accident. Not him being drunk.
New surveillance footage you will only see on Channel 8, capturing the intense speed Henry Ruggs was driving just moments before that deadly crash. 8 News Now reporter Victoria Saha joined us live from where that crash happened that killed the 23-year-old woman and her dog. Victoria?
The memorial for Tina Tinter is growing, as you can see here, but those who tried to save her are still healing from those traumatic moments. And today we take a look at how strangers did their very best to rescue her. This is video 8 News Now obtained from the Vizcaya apartments near the scene of the crash. This is what driving at 156 miles per hour looks like. You can see just how fast Henry Ruggs was going based on the speed of the other cars around him. This very same complex is where Alexander Hart works as security for the night. Police reports show he saw Ruggs' car drive by the complex just as you see in this surveillance video. Moments later, he heard the crash and got in his security car. He tells police as soon as he got on scene, he noticed Ruggs laying on the road, then heard screams coming from Tina Tintor's Toyota RAV4. He jumped right into action to pull Tintor out of her RAV4 as it burst into flames. But the smoke and heat from the flames was too intense.
Salute to this guy, man, for trying to help this woman, man, because if that was anybody that you knew, because think about it. Think about all of the George Floyd tape. Everybody, that's the worst thing I ever seen in my life. Bunch of people from the hood grew up in the projects and whatnot. Talking about that's the worst thing they ever seen in their life. Man, that ain't the worst thing you did. You did way worse. And that's why a lot of people are, saying, Henry Ruggs, man, don't throw him away. I feel bad for him too. Those people done did some things in their life too. And they don't want to judge. They want the same judgment on them. They want a lenient judgment on themselves. That's why they're saying that. And I can dig that. I've done some things too, man. I'm no angel. I'm no angel. Nobody's angel, man. And that doesn't mean I got to be the worst guy ever. I'm just no angel. So yeah, I get the whole sentiment of everybody like, man, what about Ruggs? I feel sorry for all the involved. I feel sorry for everybody, man. Like, that's the first thing they want to say. They want to let everybody know. But those are really sometimes the people that have the most dirt. The ones that come out and, say the nicest things. The really good people are like, man, screw that cat. That girl, man, sitting in her car by herself and with her dog. We all love dogs, man. I love dogs, man. I wasn't a dog person for 35 years, And then I met a dog, Chihuahua named Swag, and he changed my whole perception of dogs. I met let me put it like this. I met a dog named Shoes, my mother-in-law's dog. And then I met Swag. Shoes was a chocolate lab. Oh man, he used to love me when I scratch him and everything. He used to always love me, man. Love coming around me, man. Love getting my attention. Love being with me. Whenever I go over visit, whenever we would visit my wife's parents, and then Swag, that's my sister's dog, and when I stayed with her for over a year, when me and my wife, separated, he became my dog. He was always with me, and we were walking everywhere, and he was always in my room. Love Swag, man. But yeah. Listen, everybody's like, dog don't mean, who cares about the dog? Listen, man, some people love their dogs, man. And most of the people I know who love their dogs is Sun people. They try to make it seem like that's a white thing because Michael Vick. Some Sun people can't get over Michael Vick long enough to realize they see everything through the prism of white people, of glacier gliders. So it's like, now that Michael Vick killed a bunch of dogs and went to jail, now dogs belong to glacier gliders. And listen, I know a bunch of some people that would take their dog over a lot of people in their family. That's not, let the Michael Vick thing go. He did 2 years. Damn, act like golly, man, act like they gave Michael Vick the lecture. He did 2 years. Can Sun people get dogs? Dog can be dog lovers now again without everything being an indictment on the system because they locked Michael Vick up for dogs. Like, get over it. Um, so yeah, most of the people I know love dogs are sun people, and listen. This woman went out to walk her dog with a friend in the early morning hours. She drove somewhere to give her dog a walk with a friend. Just terrible, man. It's just terrible, man. And there's some terrible people online too. Like people online are just sisters are just horrible people sometimes. And the things they say, like, did you see his? We'll get into that later.
His security company says Hart was declining on-camera interviews, but says he suffered something very traumatic and is angered by the details of this crash. Another witness, Tony Rodriguez, happened to be driving by. He stopped and grabbed Tintor to try to pull her out, but she was stuck. He also was overcome by the smoke and heat from the fire and had to back away.
Where was Henry Ruggs? Because why didn't he try to pull her out? Why did he sit there arguing with? He wasn't sobbing. He was sobbing. He was feeling sorry for himself. And his wife and his girlfriend was talking about their kids and yelling at the first responders. And I'm tired of some people. Every time first responders come, they being disrespectful to the first responders, yelling at them and stuff. That stuff is getting old, man. And it's only some people you see doing that. Always cussing out first responders and yelling at them and venting on them. And I've seen that a lot in my life. You know, I used to do that to cops too. I never did it to like paramedics or anything, but I used to do that to cops too. That was just like how everybody where I'm from act towards cops. But the way she was talking to them first responders, they the first ones on the scene. She yelling at them. Annoying, man.
Ruggs is facing charges of DUI resulting in death and reckless driving resulting in death. The district attorney says he could face even more charges for his girlfriend's injury and a gun that was in the car. As for now,
a lot of you guys didn't know there was a gun in the car, and it's good reason. Because the gun wasn't registered in his name. So the woke media is going to leave that out of it. He's driving 156 miles per hour. It's just ridiculous, man. That had nothing to do with drunk. That's him. And he is drunk. He's got a loaded gun in his car that's not registered to him. Okay? He has no care in the world about getting arrested or getting pulled over. When you are drunk, the last thing you want is police attention. When you are drunk, you drive like Miss Daisy. The mistakes you make are procedural. They're not speed related when you're drunk. I'm telling you that, man. They're procedural errors. Like you might see a cop and you start getting nervous because you're drunk and make a mistake and then he pulls you for that. Or if you're running from the cops, you may do 100, $110, $156 with a gun in the car that's not registered to you. That's just straight stupidness and foolishness and being an entitled thug. I call him a thug. You in the NFL, you rolling around with the mother of your kid in the car. He lucky he ain't leave some kids an orphan. It's him and the mother of his daughter in the car, and he's going 156 with a loaded gun that ain't registered to him. That's why I'm telling you, it's going to be so crazy when he gets a year in jail or 6 months in jail, because people are going to be upset. Oh man, this is that. No, listen, let me tell you something. The reason he's going to get a year in jail is because of two things. And you need to understand this. If you subscribe to this channel, you know the criminal justice system is not, I repeat, is not racist in any way, shape, or form. It's actually the other way. Like, some people get the benefit of the doubt. And we chronicle that in many of the different stories we do on this channel. If you're not subscribed to this channel, that statement will offend you. You probably hate me now just for saying that if you're not subscribed to this channel. But if you're subscribed to this channel, you understand clearly what I'm saying. The two things that is going to get Henry Ruggs a year, 6 months in jail, maybe two. Two things that you need to know about the criminal justice system. The two most important things: money and priors. Priors. You can rob a liquor store and pistol whip the clerk and take the police on a high-speed chase before you get caught. And when the judge look at your record and all he see is a disorderly conduct from 10 years ago, and your rest of your years you just straight clean, you can walk out of that courtroom after sentencing with probation. Facts. Facts, my G. But if you get in an argument with your neighbor and you confront him on his porch and y'all get in a tussle and you fall across his door, the line between his door and the porch, and half your body's on the porch and half your body's in the door, you can get 20 years for breaking and entering. If the judge look at your record and you got this 1992, 1996, 1997, 2003, 2004, this all just littered with charges all through, the judge gonna be like, all right, I'm done. That's enough, man. You're gonna sit down for a while. So Henry Ruggs has no priors. He doesn't have a adult record. The juvenile record is going to be sealed. So whatever he did back in the juvenile school, he has no adult record. And secondly, he has money. He's going to have the highest paid lawyer he can find. He's going to have the best representation. And they're going to know all the loopholes, all the ways to get around stuff, and the way to make him, how to make him act. Things to do, things to say, not to say, how to handle himself. He's going to end up with between 6 months and 2 years. No more than that. And everybody's going to be upset. But the two most important things in the criminal justice system that you need to know is priors. Don't have none if you can help it. And money. And you don't have to have like gazillion, badillion dollars. I'm talking about a lawyer, $15,000, $20,000. Paid lawyer. Walk in that courtroom with somebody who knows the game, knows how to avoid certain DAs. Oh, this DA, they got a rookie DA today. We're going to ask for a continuance because we ain't trying to go up against this rookie DA trying to make a name for him or herself. Let's wait till we get a seasoned DA that I know, who I done threw some bones before. Who I done, we done been in the courtroom before. I done gave him some super predators. And every once in a while when I got a good kid, and I tell him, look, man, this guy's a good kid. Go easy on him. He goes easy on him. because I done had some super predators that I fed to the sharks. It made his life easier. So you got to have good representation, which he'll have, and he doesn't have priors. So he'll get about 2 years to 6 months to 2 years. And everybody's going to be upset. But that's what's going to happen, man. So now you know, when you see your cousin get slammed, and you know your cousin been getting locked up 45 times, been arrested 40 times, and man, the system, man, they don't like people to cut. No, man, your cousin has 40 arrests on his record. He just got caught breaking in somebody's house. That's why he got 10 years. Okay? That's why. And he went to court with a court-appointed lawyer on top of that. He got 40 priors and a court-appointed lawyer. And you talking about, you racism, man. Y'all are terrible, man. Y'all are terrible people, man.
And a gun that was in the car. As for now, the district attorney says he could face even more charges for his girlfriend's injury and a gun that was in the car. As for now, I had a chance to talk to many people who stopped by the memorial, and they are all angry because this tragedy could have been prevented. Reporting near Rainbow and Spring Valley, Victoria Saha, live, local, now.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jen Ah, coming to you from the Review Journal studio with an exclusive news update. It appears Tuesday's crash was not the first time ex-Raiders wide receiver Henry Ruggs went speeding on a Las Vegas residential street. Here's a chilling foreshadowing of Ruggs driving. A video obtained by the Review Journal, which shows Ruggs and his girlfriend speeding in broad daylight back in 2020. Before we show you this video, here's some background info on it. In September of 2020, Ruggs' girlfriend, who goes by Rudy Washington, recorded this video on her cell phone, then posted it on her YouTube channel called The Ruprint.
She was so comfortable in that car with this guy speeding in broad daylight that she took a video of it and uploaded it to YouTube. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm a professional YouTuber, man. Been around for a minute, man. I seen a lot come, I seen a lot go. I studied the greats. You don't upload anything to YouTube that you are ashamed of unless there's a good reason for it, unless you're playing chess. What's the chess with this? No, it was just that she felt so comfortable. That's what they do. When they're in the car together, they speed. That's why I told you guys. It had nothing to do with being drunk. Do you understand that most, even dudes coming from the club, drunk, yeah, you're going to have something that's going to speed, but those guys speed anyway. The regular people that aren't like speeders, they're not, fast drivers, they're driving slow. They acting weird because they just trying to get home without getting pulled. Nobody wants a DUI. You know how much trouble that is? A DUI would derail your life. I knew a guy who had to blow into this thing. Pause. He had to blow into this thing before just to get his car to start. And then he would still drink. And then he tried to get somebody else to blow into it. And the thing's so smart. The technology so smart that it knew that it wasn't him blowing into it. He got in trouble for that. So a DUI, nobody wants a DUI. So people are smart, people who don't speed, they not speeding while they're drunk. They're being extra cautious because they're trying to make it home without the police People who speed anyway are the ones who speed. And that's Henry Ruggs and his girlfriend, who didn't be like, yo, like, we got a baby at home, because anything happened anyway. Like we just saw, someone else could just be out there acting like an idiot and killed them, could have killed them. But they're out there literally, they slammed into the back of a stationary car at 127 miles per hour. And they got a little baby at home. Y'all making Tommy somewhere Tommy Sotomayor smiling, man. Are you serious? You got a little baby at home and you flying down the residential street. That means you running lights. You could T-bone somebody at any time, let alone rear end somebody. But that's what they do.
In September of 2020, Ruggs' girlfriend, who goes by Rudy Washington, recorded this video on her cell phone, then posted it on her YouTube channel called The Ruprint. The video was entitled Wild Out Wednesdays. Ruggs' car in that video appears to be the same 2020 Chevy Corvette Stingray involved in Tuesday's fiery crash.
Hold on, do it.
Wait, I zoomed in. Slow down. Turn your ass around. I dropped my phone. Turn down. You laughing, I'm for real.
Oh, okay then. So when I do that, I can change it with the knob. Okay.
Don't try.
Now you see that car in the distance? Nighttime, add being drunk, and that's how it happens. But this was the daytime. Doesn't seem inebriated. Maybe had a drink, but nothing over the legal limit. But adding in the nighttime, adding twice over the legal limit, in that car right there that's just sitting right there.
Turn your ass around. I dropped my phone. Turn down. You laughing, I'm for real.
Oh, okay then. So when I do that, I can change it with the knob. Okay.
Don't try stuff with me in here. Just...
I wasn't trying stuff out.
Take me back to the house. Take me back to the house.
You see in her little video, she put never again. So we supposed to believe the only two times they sped like that was this time in this video, and then the night they killed that young lady. We supposed to believe that. Those are the only two times. Both times were caught on camera. But every other time they was driving speed limit and obeying traffic laws.
Now, that video has since been removed from Washington's YouTube channel. We shortened that clip, which was originally 8 minutes long. As you just saw, Ruggs' girlfriend does tell him to slow down, and she says she wants to go home, but does so in a playful manner and laughs it off. As for Tuesday's crash, police say Ruggs was driving impaired, traveling at 156 miles per hour, that his blood alcohol level was more than twice the legal limit. Clark County property records show Ruggs and the victim, Tina Tintor, lived about 3 miles apart from each other. Our Review Journal team is covering the story from all angles.